US President Joe Biden has announced again, has once again, in fact, brought up the topic of gun violence while talking about the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. He has called for a ban on a type of semi-automatic rifle that was used in the attempted assassination of Trump. He's also said that more children in America died of gun violence than any other region. Take a listen.
We're going to speak about violence. We're going to speak about guns. More children in America die of a gunshot wound than any other reason. That's stunning and that is sick. We're going to speak.
All right, so there you heard it. Viewers, meanwhile, with us on the broadcast is my colleague Arzu Seth. Arzu, Joe Biden now, of course, taking gun violence very, very seriously in that speech over there. If you could take our viewers through what exactly he stated.
U.S. President Joe Biden addressed the nation at an NAACP meeting, emphasizing the critical need to ban semi-automatic rifles, specifically citing the AR-15. His remark came in the wake of a dramatic incident where an AR-15 was used in the attempted assassination of his election rival Donald Trump. This alarming event has increased the debate over the gun control in America. He in fact said that they joined me in getting these weapons of war of the streets of America. This is what the Biden urged the audience. He highlighted the danger posed by such firearms, which have been involved in numerous mass shootings across the country. The president pointed out the AR-15 involvement in the attempt of Trump's life as a stark example of the threat these weapons pose to public safety. Biden's call to ban the AR-15 is a part of his broader agenda to address gun violence, which has been a persistent issue throughout his presidency. He has consistently advocated for more stringent gun control measures. Yes, Asabri.
Right, absolutely. Arzu, thanks for joining us on the broadcast, sharing all those details with our viewers. Meanwhile, with us on the broadcast is Dr. Chirayus. You know, perhaps this assassination attempt is a wake-up call for the United States of America, including Joe Biden, who's now sort of talking about gun violence, and he's taking it up very, very seriously. How do you then view how do you view the statements that he's actually made?
Biden is walking a very political tightrope at this stage, partly because you see on the one hand, he has to keep up the rhetoric that Trump is an existential threat to democracy, which he has been saying, and just yesterday he sat down with NBC, and there too he mentioned this predicament that on the one hand I have to point to Trump's dictatorial tendencies. On the other hand, I have to keep the temperature below the threshold so this kind of incidents do not happen. And he even admitted that the phrase that he used, bullseye, he regrets that, and this kind of phrases could have an impact on the psyche of the fringe. So in a way, they are admitting that they overlook the statistical significance of some people who might pick up on this kind of rhetoric and then create this kinds of commit this kind of violent acts. But having said that, he will also have to keep his base happy, and his base would like Trump to go. His base would like him to go after Trump. His base would like him to go after guns. His base would like him to keep up the rhetoric. So he will have to continue humoring that base, partly because his own numbers are dwindling. Of course, no matter how much he speaks about guns are not the top priority for American people.
Yep.
No matter what, and it's a structural problem, as it was rightly pointed out a while ago. So no major movement is going to happen.
Right, absolutely. Mr. Sajdev is still with us on the broadcast, so I'm a little short on time, but I want to understand from you now. Of course, he's taken it up. He's made big statements that he's spoken on about gun violence in the United States of America. But do you think there's going to be any sort of is there going to be any sort of official rule that's going to be put in place? What's your assessment?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Unless, I mean, low probability, Trump tomorrow kind of also comes around and says, yes, guns are a danger, whatever. Unless he says something, at least something to that effect. He would not, because you see, his base will not tolerate that. His base does not want it. So he is not going to open his base. But there could be a chance that, stricken by the severity of the situation he faced and realizing, he may, give some soft signal. So, but then that would depend upon when the next administration comes or takes office and all. And meanwhile, every month there are mass shootings happening in the US. So it won't make much of a difference. Also, unless, who knows, in this hot environment, in a month there's another attack, this time on Biden maybe, or another one on Trump. Remember, in the 60s, there were four of these leaders who were knocked off in the US. John F. Kennedy, the sitting president, then Martin Luther King, the civil rights leader, then Robert F. Kennedy in 68, then a VP candidate of, I think, the Democrats. Okay. So America has a tendency and penchant towards violence, also high-level political violence. And given the situation now in the country, so, okay, so if something like that happens, then again, then it maybe gets even more serious. But this, a discussion about gun violence and, wringing of your hands and, strong statements from leaders will continue. Change on the ground, I don't know how, when.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon. For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.